She said she never wanted to be First Lady, but that as long as she had the job, she figured she might as well have a good time doing it. Betty Ford certainly had an impact, shocking some people with her honesty, and then after leaving the White House, engaging in groundbreaking work in drug and alcohol addiction that saved countless lives. It is perhaps for her candor that she will be most remembered.
I am a very grateful recovering alcoholic.
A bold public crusader, First Lady Elizabeth Betty Ford lived in the White House in an era during which she was expected to simply serve tea and host luncheons. But instead, she fought for women's rights and spoke openly about her battle with breast cancer.
Women no longer are ashamed of having mastectomies.
And later, her struggles with alcohol and painkillers forever changed the way Americans talked about addiction.
My husband, in a very loving way, put his arm around me and he said, "You know, Mom, we love you too much to let this happen."
She founded the Betty Ford Center in 1982. She considered it her lifetime achievement. But her life was not always in the spotlight. She was born in Chicago in 1918. She was the daughter of a salesman with a passion for dancing and dreams of making it in New York City. After divorcing her first husband in her early 20s, Betty met a Navy lieutenant who would change everything. A year later, she became Mrs. Gerald Ford, just 2 weeks before he began his first term in Congress. In 1973, President Nixon selected Ford as his vice president. Just 10 months later, he was catapulted to the presidency after Nixon resigned in the wake of the Watergate scandal.
I, Gerald R. Ford, do solemnly swear.
From that day on, the 38th president and his first lady worked hard to restore the country's faith in the presidency. She shocked the nation by talking about abortion rights and premarital sex. She also admitted that she planned on sharing a bed with her husband in the White House. Above all, Betty was a devoted wife, even speaking for Gerald when his voice failed him during his concession speech to Jimmy Carter in 1976.
May God bless you and your family as you undertake your new responsibilities. Signed, Jerry Ford.
And in 2006, when her husband was laid to rest, it was Betty who was still by his side. Betty Ford spent her final years in her home in Rancho Mirage, California. She and Gerald were the first presidential couple to live into their 90s. She was 93 years old.